And my go-to is always a developer as my bottom line, because I can bring in a developer, teach that developer how to do SEO. And sure, they won't have the experience of a veteran SEO, meaning they won't have, they haven't been around for so many years to have seen what works and what doesn't work and what fails and what doesn't fails, and know how, Google, bullshits, or excuse me, BS's us, right? With a lot of stuff, right? They say one thing and then they do something completely different. They might not have been around for that, but you can take that developer who knows the more difficult skill and teach them SEO, right? Same thing with link builders. When I hire link builders, I hire PR people. I don't hire link builders.
Yeah.
Link builders, in my mind, a lot of them, unless I know them and they're on in my phone contact list, I'm not hiring a link builder. I'm hiring a PR person who I can teach link building to and get them up to, because they already know the basic principle of outreach. They just they haven't put 2 and 2 together yet. They don't know SEO. But 100%, I think when people refer to me, and I'm very fortunate, I take the compliments, but when people introduce me or refer to me as some great SEO, a lot of the old school, really veteran SEOs who built a business on their name know this. We had to learn programming a long time ago because SEO just didn't cut it, right? You had to learn these things. Content. I sucked at writing content when I started SEO. I hated it. It was the worst. But then I had to learn how to be grammatically correct. And I had to learn how to write things into my copy, right? Even design, image compression. I mean, there's just so much that now the SEO has to be maybe not a master of every single aspect, but they have to have a plethora of knowledge to say, I understand how this functions and I can consult with you on that.
So the benchmark has definitely gone up.
Oh yeah, it's much more difficult to, and look, in my opinion, Vivek, I get resumes from people with master's degrees in computer science and, from, so I don't want to call out the school, but a very Ivy League school, because this person, if they watch this, they'll know, if it circulates the web, they'll know who I'm referring to. But I get a resume from these very, very prestigious schools and, tons of years experience in SEO. And then I get on the phone with them and I ask them, I'm like, so if you had to recommend something to a client as far as, let's say going from being on client side rendering or server side rendering, which would you go with? And it's well, technical is really not my forte. And it's man, you're doing a disjustice to everybody. And these are very senior people. Doing a disjustice to your team who follow you, who look to you as a mentor, as a guider, right? As a coach, to not know these things. And so unfortunately the hiring, it's such a flooded field these days, but I don't even look at the years experience anymore. I really look for the person, and as far as what is their background.
Got it.